The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, a warm welcome. Hope you're all doing fine. Let me first thank you all for joining us on our workshop. Thank you so much for spending your time and registering during your busy schedule because your participation means a lot to us here at Manage Engine. We, the AD Solutions team, hope to make sure that this session is going to be valuable and you will gain something out of it. My name is Anu and I'm a senior technician at ADManager Plus and I'm your presenter for the day. I hope my voice is audible and the screen is well and clear. If not, kindly let me know through the chat. So I hope that you all know about this series of ADManager Plus workshop. This is workshop number 2. On workshop number 1, we were looking on user provisioning. Okay, so let me just give you what recap of what we have seen last week. So we were seeing about user provisioning in last week. We saw how we can create user accounts in bulk with the help of data given in a CSV file and to put them in a specific organizational unit with their desired group membership. And also we have seen how you can specify mandatory attributes without extending the AD schema and also how to detect and handle forest-wide duplicates while provisioning user accounts. We were also looking on the fact that how we can standardize the naming format for the user account and how to provision Exchange Office 365 accounts from a single window. We have also seen how you can populate custom attributes for your user accounts. So it was fully on user creation. So this week we will be focusing on user account modification. So the topic for today's session is streamline management of Active Directory users, Office 365 licenses and Exchange mailboxes. By the end of the session, you will get to know how you can enforce uniform naming format across the organization. Say for example, you are merging with another domain. At that time, you need to enforce naming format for all the user accounts to follow a pattern of first name dot last name or last name plus first name or anything like that. And also you may want to update their primary and secondary SMTP addresses. So how to do all that without any native scripts or without any complex method. So we will be discussing about such things in today's session. And say for example, you are decommissioning a file server and you want to move the home folders to another location. So how do I perform that in bulk without any scripts? And the next thing is, if you want to archive Exchange mailboxes for your user accounts, you can do that very easily with the help of ADManager Plus. Say for example, you are upgrading the Exchange server to the recent version, Exchange 2016, and you want to migrate the Exchange mailboxes in bulk. How do I do that? We'll be seeing that also in today's session. And also you can see how you can effectively maintain the licenses for your Office 365 environment. And say for example, uh, your user account, any employee in your organization gets promoted or he has been changed to another department. When such changes happen, you want to change their group membership. So how do I automatically perform that? So we will be discussing about all these things in today's session. So let me take you to the application without any further delay. If you have ADManager Plus configured at your end, you can very well make use of that. If you don't have ADManager Plus, you don't have to worry about it. I will be sending you the URL for accessing the test lab that we have set up and hosted online. admp.cloudapp.net. So kindly look at the chat window for the URL, which is admp.cloudapp.net. In order to log into the application, type the username as ADMP and the password as workshop with W capitalized. Kindly log on to ADManager Plus authentication, not the workshop. Kindly log in using ADManager Plus authentication, since this is going to be a local authentication, not a domain authentication. Okay, I hope that you all have logged into the application. Let me log in as well. If you have any queries during the course of the session, kindly let me know through the questions tag that you can see at your end. So I will reply to you as soon as possible or at the end of the session. Okay, so now let me log into the application. So as you all know that when you log into the application, you will be welcomed with the product dashboard. So today's session, we will be focusing on AD management. Okay. So with the help of ADMGMT tab, you can perform all the creation and modification operations related not only to the user objects but also for your computer objects or for your group objects. Say for example, you want to create a dynamic distribution group, then you can perform that under group management. Or if you want to create a mailbox, a shared mailbox or a room or equipment mailbox, so you can perform that under mailbox management. You can even create and manage your organizational units. Okay, so for now, let me go with the topics. So as a first step, I need to ensure the naming format for all the users in my organization. So in order to perform all these operations, I'm going to create a sample test user account. So which I'll be using it throughout the session. So this can be a quick recap of previous week. So as a first step, I'm going to create a single user account. Let me click create single user under user management in ADMGMT tab. So let me click create single user. So I'm going to create a test account so that I can describe how you can perform modification operation for your user accounts using ADManager Plus. Let me type the first name as Mike and the last name as Spectre. Okay, so I have already created a template with some predefined attributes. So let me choose my template, which is Exchange User Template. So in this template, I have specified the Exchange mailboxes and the database servers. Okay, let me go to Exchange tab. And then let me have a quick look at the attribute values. So I have chosen the mail server, the database, and also I have specified the home folder for my user account. Let me go to Accounts tab where you can see the home folder value. Okay, so this is how I've customized my user account in this template. Let me type the password for my user account. So whenever you type the password, make sure this meets the password complexity that you have configured in your domain. Okay, I'm just going to hit create so that I can get my user account in Active Directory. Okay, so as you can see here, this user account has been successfully created. So as a first step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the naming format. Okay, let me go to AD Management tab and then let me click User Management. The first thing is I need to change the naming attribute for all the users in my organization. So let me click Naming Attributes under Bulk User Modification. When you click Naming Attributes, so you can see the option to change the alias name or to change the display name. Okay, so let me change the display name format for my user account. So now let me choose last name dot first name. If you want to create your own format, if you have attended the previous session, you would have known how to create your own naming format. Or if you're new to the session, let me give you a quick recap on how you can create your own naming format. Just click this link, create your own format. This will take you to the admin tab where you can specify the naming format for your organization. So under admin tab, under naming formats, you can create your own naming format. Just click this add new format, name your format. So say for example, it's going to be salesperson and I'm going to name this format as sales format. So this will have the pattern of the first letter of the first name. So for which you need to select the data as first name and the characters, the first letter of the first name. You can even specify the case and the last name. Okay, I'm going to specify the last name in uppercase and just hit save. Okay, so this is how you can create your own naming format. And now I'm going to AD Management tab. I'm going to change the display name for my user account. So let me just quickly verify what is the current display name for my user account. Let me click Modify Single User, where I can pick my user account. So my user account is Mike Spector. Let me search for my user account. So when you click this user account, you can just have an overview of all the attributes for this user account. Okay. So the display name is Mike Spector. I'm going to change this display name. Okay, so I've created a naming format with the name sales format. So let me just go and see how this will affect for my user account. Go to AD Management tab and then choose Naming Attributes under User Management. Just click Naming Attributes. So now I'm going to change the display name to the format Sales Format. Okay. Now, there are two ways in which you can modify your user account. You can modify the user account in bulk. So either you can import the CSV file or you can just go ahead and search that particular user account. So let me tell you how you can import a CSV file. So for which you need to make sure you have a CSV file at your hand. Okay, open up your notepad and then type the SAM account name. So this is the LDAP header for so that you can choose your user account uniquely. So I've given the SAM account name as Mike Spector. Just save this file with the format .csv. Okay, so once you're done with creating the CSV file, just click the CSV import and then choose your file. Let me choose my file and hit open and hit go. So now we can see the users to be listed here. If you want to add multiple users, just type the SAM account name of your user accounts one after the other here, like this. Okay. Okay, but for now, I'm going to just edit one of my user account. So just choose this user account and then hit apply. So now the display name will be changed for this user account to the format that I have specified here. Okay. So now let me just go back and then have a look at the display name. Go to AD Management, go to User Management, and then click Modify Single User. So now I need to search for my user account. Okay, now type the name of your user account and then choose this user account. So now you can see here, okay, there seems to be a problem with modifying the display name. Let me go back and then have a look. Go to AD Management tab. Okay, I'm very sorry about this. I have just changed the display name under exchange limits. But right now I need to change the display name of my user account. Okay, I apologize for the mistake that I've committed now. Let me change the display name for my user account from Mike Spector to the naming format that I have created now, for which you need to choose the naming attributes under bulk user modification. Just click this naming attributes. And now you can see here, you can change the display name, you can change the full name, or even you can change the logon name for your user account. So I'm going to change the display name to the format sales format and the full name to last name dot first name. Okay. Let me just import the CSV file and let me hit go. Now choose your user account and then hit apply. Okay, so let me just go back and verify whether this change has been changed or not. Okay, let me go to ADManagement tab and then choose Modify Single User under User Management and then choose your user account. So my user account is Mike. So let me just open and then check for that particular user account. So now you can see here the display name has been changed to the first letter of the first name, which is M, and the last name Spectre, all in uppercase. And also you can see here the full name has been changed to last name dot first name. Okay, so this is how you can change the naming format for all your users in your organization. Okay, so the next step is to update the primary and secondary SMTP address while merging the domains. So let me show you the SMTP address of this particular user account, for which open the properties of this user account and then go to the Exchange tab so that you can see all exchange related properties for this particular user account. So now you can see here the primary SMTP address for this user account is mikespector@workshop.admanagerplus.com. So now I'm going to change this address. Okay. So let me go to AD Management tab and then choose User Management. Now I'm going to change the SMTP address for my user accounts. Click Modify SMTP address under Exchange Task. So now here you can specify the primary and the secondary SMTP addresses for your user account. Choose Mailbox Enabled Users and then hit Add. So when SMTP is all in uppercase, then this means that this is going to specify the primary SMTP address for your user account. If it is in lowercase, then that means that is your secondary SMTP address. Okay. For now, I'm going to change from first name plus last name to just first name. Okay. So let me specify the naming format for first name. Percentage given name percentage. So why do I specify it as percentage given name percentage? So when I import a CSV file with multiple user accounts, or when I choose multiple user accounts here with the help of search option, if I specify just the name, then this name will be applied to all user account. But when I specify the given name given name percentage, then the first name will be replaced here. Okay, so I'm going to change the primary address to smtp:% given name percentage at workshop.com. If you want to add more formats, just click Add More Formats. Now I'm going to specify the secondary SMTP address for my user account. Percentage last name at workshop.com and hit OK. And now you can either import your CSV file, or if you want to search for your user account, you can do that as well. I'm going to search for my user account now. Let me type Mike and then hit search. So now you can see all the user accounts with the name Mike to be listed here. And once it is listed, you can just select the particular user account and then hit apply. Okay, now you can see that this proxy address has been successfully changed for my user account. Okay, so let me go back and then verify. Go to AD Management tab and then click User Management and then click Modify Single User. Now I need to choose my user account, which is Mike, and then let me go to Exchange tab where I can see the proxy addresses, the primary and secondary SMTP address for my user account. Okay, go to Exchange tab. So now you can see here the primary SMTP address has been changed to firstname@workshop.com. Okay, so this happens, this percentage last name %@workshop.com happened. This is because last name is not the LDAP header for the last name. SN is the LDAP header for last name. So if you want to specify the last name, just give %SN % at workshop.com. Okay. So now the next step is to move the user's home folder. So say for example, you are going to decommission a file server. Now you want to move the home folder from one location to another location in another file server. So how do I perform that? Okay, go to AD Management tab and then choose User Management and then choose Move or Delete Home Folders. Okay. Now you can specify whether you are going to move the home folder or whether you are going to delete the home folder for your user account. Right now I'm going to move the home folder. So just select this tab, Move Home Folder, and then choose this checkbox and then choose specify the network share path to which you want to move the home folder to. Okay. So this is going to be the network share path of my server, which is admp-dc1 / workshops/share/move. Okay, if you want to retain a copy in the original folder, then you can specify that, or if you don't want to retain a copy, then you can simply leave it blank. If you want to move the profile path, you need to specify the profile path location here, but right now I'm just going to move the home folder. Okay. So now you can either search or you can just import the CSV file. So right now I'm going to search for my user account. And now, as you can see here, the current home directory for my user account, Mike Spector, is admp-dc1, workshop share, and Mike Spector. I'm going to move from this location to this location. Okay, select the user account and then hit apply. So this does not simply change the home folder attribute in Active Directory, but also it will move the home folder from the specified location to this location. Okay, so as you can see here, the home folder has been successfully moved to this particular location. Okay, so the next step is, how do I enable archive exchange mailboxes for my Active Directory user accounts? Go to AD Management tab and then choose User Management and then go under Exchange Task where you can find Create or Archive User Mailbox. Just select this option, Create or Archive User Mailbox. So this is where you can choose whether you want to enable Archive Mailbox or you want to create a user mailbox for the existing user accounts in Active Directory. Okay, the first step is you can specify the mail alias name, you can choose the format, and the next thing is you need to choose the Exchange server and the Exchange mailbox database. Okay, specify it as enable archive mailbox, and the next step is to search for your user account. Okay, so once it's done, just choose the user account and then hit apply. Okay, now you can see here that I have enabled the archive for user mailbox option for this particular user account. Okay, so let me go to the next task for today. So say for example, you have recently upgraded to the Exchange 2016 server and you want to migrate all the Exchange mailboxes in your organization. So how do I do that? Go to AD Management tab and then choose User Management and then choose the option Migrate Mailbox under Exchange Task. Just select this option Migrate Mailbox and now you need to choose the target Exchange server. But right now I have just only one Exchange server configured in this environment. But if you have a multiple Exchange servers, then you can just choose the target Exchange server and then choose your target mailbox and you can either search for that particular user account or you can even import the CSV file. So search for the user account and then select the user account and hit apply. Okay, when you hit apply, this mailbox will be migrated to the target Exchange server and to the target mailbox database. Okay, so at the end of the session, I will be sending you a document that specifies the steps for all these operations. So in order to perform all these tasks, I have just specified the steps in a document. So after the end of the session, I will be sharing it with you. So at that time, kindly look at your handouts for that document. Okay. So let me move to the next topic for today. So how do I identify and free up the licenses of inactive Office 365 user accounts for efficient license management? Okay, for this, you need to first identify the inactive users in your Office 365 environment. Go to AD reports. So this is where you can get an insight about all the objects present in your Active Directory. So right now, as a first step, I need to find the inactive users that are present in Office 365 environment. Go to AD reports and then choose Office 365 reports and then choose inactive users. So choose your Office 365 account and then choose the option. So you can specify whether you want to find the inactive users, the user accounts who are inactive for last 30 days or for last 60 days or for last 90 days or for a custom period. Okay, so I'm going to choose it for last 30 days and then hit generate. So now I can get the inactive users in my Office 365 environment. And after you get these inactive users, you can revoke the licenses for these user accounts. Okay. So this report will give you the inactive user accounts in your Office 365 environment. So as you can see here, there's only one user account is inactive in my Office 365 environment. So once you get this report, so in order to perform the license management operation, you need to have a CSV file. So how do I get the CSV file for my inactive users? So just export this report. But before you export this report, make sure that you have object ID in this report, because this will be useful when you want to perform any operation, any management operation in Office 365. Okay, if this object ID is not present here, just click this edit option and then choose the column that you want to see here. Okay, make sure this object ID is present here and then hit save. Okay, so now I'm going to export this report in CSV format. Let me just open this report. So as you can see here, so this is the inactive user present in my Office 365 environment. I don't need all these attributes to perform any operation with my inactive user in Office 365 account. So I'm going to delete all the other options and I'm just going to retain the object ID. Make sure you don't have any spaces in between. So I just need this object ID in order to perform the management operation. Okay, so my CSV file is ready now. Let me go to AD Management tab and then let me choose Office 365 Management. Choose Office 365 Management and now I'm going to assign or remove the licenses. Just click this option, assign or remove licenses. So you can configure the license option here. Just click this button, configure licenses. Specify the option that you are going to perform. It can be remove all license or remove selected license or replace license or add licenses. So say for example, it's going to be for remove all licenses. So choose the location and choose the Office 365 account. You can even select the user account that are displayed here, or you can import the CSV file. So now I'm going to import my CSV file. You can select the object and then hit apply. So this is how you can perform any operation with regards to Office 365 management. Or if you want to associate an existing user in Active Directory to your Office 365 environment, how do I perform that? Go to ADManager tab and then choose Office 365 Management, and there you can see an option Create Office 365 Accounts for Active Directory users. Just click this link. So this is where you can associate your existing Active Directory users with your Office 365 environment. So you can configure the user properties by clicking this option, by clicking this link. You can type a password or generate a random password. Or if you want to generate a random password, make sure you have configured the password complexity in ADManager Plus. So just click this link, configure password complexity. So this will take you to admin tab, where you can specify the complexity for generating a password. So you can specify the minimum length, let's say 8, and the maximum length. You can also specify the number of special characters, number of numerals, and the case sensitive option, whether you want it in a mixed case or lowercase or uppercase. You can even exclude certain characters. For example, if you generate a random password and you make it confused with letters like O or 0 or I and L, so you can just specify the characters that are to be excluded from your password. Just click Save. You you also have some more option, whether it should start with an alphabet or it should use only dictionary words. Okay, so once you are done configuring the password policy, click Save. So now you can see the password, sample password here. So this ranges from 18 to 15 letters, and there you have a special character, a numeral, and also you have it in mixed case. Okay, so now let me go to AD Management, and then let me click Office 365 Management. Click Create Office 365 Accounts for Active Directory users. So there you can specify the user properties. Just click this link. You can either generate a password or type a password. You can specify the user location. You can specify the license, or you can, if you think you do not want to associate any license with this user account, you just simply leave it blank. And then you can choose the domain, Office 365 domain, and you can select the user account from your Active Directory. Okay, so select your user account and then hit Create to create user accounts in Office 365. Okay, so let me go to the next task for today. So say for example, your employee just got promoted or he has got changed to another department. Say from finance department, he has been changed to sales department. Okay, so when his department changes, you need to make sure that their group membership also changes. Say for example, if he is in finance department, he might be having access to a certain file service where they keep some confidential data. And when he has been moved to another department, say sales or HR, then those permissions should be revoked. And you make sure that you do not forget to remove such group membership options. Okay, so how do I perform? How do I automatically update such kind of actions when I modify the user account? Okay, let me go to AD Management tab. So as a first step, I'm going to create a template where I specify these changes. Go to AD Management and then go to User Management and then click User Modification Templates. So now I'm going to specify certain rules in my template. Let me create a new template by clicking this link create new template that you can see on the right side of the screen. Click create new template. I'm going to name this template as, say, finance to HR. Okay, I'm going to specify the rule for my template. So click modification rules that you can see on the right side of the screen. You can either associate an existing modification rule when you click this rule. So you can see all the list of rules that have been specified in other templates. You can either associate these rules or you can even create a new rule. I'm going to create a new rule. Click this button, create new rule. Now add the condition. So whenever the department is changed to, say, sales, so now I need to change the group membership. So choose the option member of, and now let's say I'm going to choose the group as Sales UK and say test and hit OK. Now hit add. So whenever the department is changed to sales, then the group membership will also be changed. Okay, if you want to add multiple rules, you can just click add rule. So now let's say when the title is changed to help desk technician and you want to change the description to, say, help desk technician. Now hit add and now I'm going to save this template. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to update the department for my user account. Let me go to AD Management tab, and under User Management, I need to choose Modify Single User. I'm going to modify my user account. My user account is Mike. Let me choose this account. So now I'm going to change the template to my template, which is Finance to HR. So you can name it as you wish. Now I'm going to change the department for my user account. Go to Contact tab and then change the department to, say, sales. So now let me go to Account tab and then verify whether the member of attribute has been updated or not. So now you can see here, or if you want to have a preview of the changes that are to be taken place for my user account, just click this preview button. When you click this preview button, as you can see here, the department, the existing value in Active Directory is nothing, and you are going to change it to sales. And also you are going to change the member of from domain users to domain users, sales UK, and then test. Okay, let me go back and also let me change the title for this user account. Go to Contact tab and then change the title to, say, Help Desk Technician. Now let me go and verify whether the description has been updated or not. So now you can see here the description has been updated to Help Desk Technician. Let me have a preview of the changes. So now you can see here the department, title, member of, and the description attributes have been changed. Click Update User to make these changes effective in Active Directory. So now you can see here these attributes have been successfully updated. Okay. So besides all these operations that you can perform, there are also a few more options that you can do with ADManager Plus. So if you want to reset password for your user account, so say for example your organization has encountered a brute force attack and you want to reset password for all the user account in your organization, just go to AD Management tab, click User Management, and then click Reset Password. So when you click Reset Password, you can either generate a random password, or you can type a password, or you can make the password same as user logon name, or you can simply leave it blank. So let's say I'm going to change the password for of all the user account. Make sure you type in the password that meets the password complexity that has been configured in your domain. If you want to change the password option, since you're going to set it manually, you may want to set this option. User must change the password at next logon. So when you set it to S, when that particular user logs on the next time, he will be prompted to change his password. And also you can set whether user can't change the password or the password never expires. Okay, you can either search for a particular user account or just simply leave this text box blank and hit search to get all the users present in your Active Directory. If you want to perform this reset password operation for all the user account, now I have 101 user account in my organization. If you want to perform for all of this user account, just click check all so that all the user accounts will be selected and then hit apply to make changes. But right now, I'm just going to randomly select few user accounts and hit apply. Okay, so now you can see here the three of the user account, their password has been successfully reset, but for this user account, password never expire options is enabled, and hence we cannot set this option user must change the password at next logon. So you can easily get to know the error message when with the help of ADManager Plus. So okay, and the next thing you can do with ADManager Plus is, say for example, you want to move the users from one organizational unit to another organizational unit. Say for example, an employee in your organization has been shifted from UK to US and hence you want to change their organizational unit. So how do I perform that? Go to AD Management tab, click User Management, and then click Move Users. So now you can choose the container. Just click this plus icon so that you can see all the organizational units present in your organization. So let's say I'm going to move the users to Employees USA and hit OK. And now you can search for your user account or you can import a CSV file. Now let me search for my user account. I'm going to randomly select some user account and hit apply. So this is how you can move the user accounts to another OU. Now let's say you are going to perform a deprovisioning process. So deprovisioning does not simply involve deleting the user account, but you will be following certain steps before you delete a particular user account. So say for example, at first you will make the inactive user account a disabled user, and then you move them to a particular organizational unit, and then you remove their group membership, and finally you delete their user account. So let me first disable such inactive user account. Let me click enable disable users, and now I'm going to disable. So let me choose disable option here, and if you want to set the account expiry option, you can set it to either never or at a particular date. Okay, I'm not going to set it to any specific date. So let me search for my user account. So I'm going to disable my user account. So this is my user account, Mike Spector. Let me select this user account and then hit apply. So right now this status is enabled, but now you can see that this user account has been disabled. Okay, so now you can see the status here. It has been disabled and it has been successfully modified. So the next step is I'm going to remove the group membership from my user account. So how do I remove the group membership or change the group membership? So under user management, under bulk user modification, you can see an option group attributes. When you click group attributes, you can just simply select this option clear all group membership, or if you want to add a group for this user account, you can just click this plus icon. So this will list all the groups present in your domain. You can simply select some group, or if you don't want to add any group for this user account, you can just leave it blank. Right now I'm going to clear all group membership for this user account. Just search for this user account and then select that particular user account and then hit apply. So now you can see the member of has been cleared for this user account. And finally, if you want to delete this user account, go to ADManagement tab and then choose the option delete users and then choose your user account. So I'm going to select this particular user account and then hit apply. So you can even specify the policy when you delete such user account. So you can see this prompt here. Do you want to delete the selected users and their folder properties as defined in delete policy? So where do I define such delete policy? Let me tell you what. Go to admin tab. So there you can see an option delete or disable policy. Just select this tab, delete or disable policy. So there you can define the policy for your user account. So the delete policy is, so when you delete a particular user account, you can specify whether their home folders also to be deleted, whether their remote terminal service home folders are also to be deleted, or you want to delete their roaming profiles, roaming terminal service profile, their mailbox, or if you want to run a certain custom script, or you want to delete their Office 365 account and Google Apps account too. So you can specify all these options here in disable delete policy. And also when you disable a user account, you can also specify what operations you want to perform. Whether you want to delete their home folder, their roaming profiles, their mailbox, you want to disable their mailbox, or you want to move them to another container. So you can specify all these options here under admin tab. Okay, so let me go to AD management tab. So suppose that you have deleted a user account by mistake. Is there a way that I can restore such deleted users? Of course, yes. With the help of ADManager Plus, you can restore the deleted users. So go to AD Management tab. Under User Management, you can see an option Restore Deleted Users. Just click this link, Restore Deleted Users. So this will help you to get your users back. Okay. So recycle bin feature is not enabled for this domain. So what does this mean? So this means that this option, restoring option, is supported from 2008 R2 and above. So from 2008 R2 and above, you can get back all the attributes. You can restore all the attributes of your user account. But below 2008 R2, you can only get back the mandatory attributes. Okay. So the domain that I have configured in ADManager Plus is of 2008. So and hence I get this warning message here. So this is how you can restore the users from your recycle bin. And similarly, if you want to change any terminal related properties, you want to change their profile or environment, you can do that with the help of AD management, user management, and bulk user modification. If you want to change the delivery restriction or the storage limits for your mailboxes, you can specify all that here with the help of bulk user modification under user management in ADManager Plus. So we have come to the end of the session. I request you to have a look at your handouts window. I'm going to share a file with you. So this is where I have specified the steps that you want to perform in order to perform all these tasks. So kindly look at the handouts. I have shared a PDF with you where you can find steps in order to perform all these operations. Okay. So let me give you a quick recap of what we have seen today. So we have seen how you can modify the naming attributes, the how you can move the home folders, or how you can modify the SMTP addresses for your user accounts in bulk especially. And also we have seen how you can specify the how you can migrate the mailbox, or how you can enable archive users mailbox. And also we have seen how you can reset password, or if you want to change the group membership, or if you want to enable or disable user accounts, or if you want to delete the user account, you can perform all these operations with the help of ADManager Plus. Just go to AD Management tab and choose User Management. There you can perform all these operations. If you want to manage users' photo, or if you want to change their logon hours or their custom attributes, or if you want to enable or disable the link properties, you can specify all that under here. And also we have seen how you can manage the Office 365 account, how to create an existing, how to create an Office 365 account for the existing Active Directory users, and also how to assign or remove licenses for your Office 365 inactive user accounts. And also we have seen how you can set modification rules for your templates. So if you want to change a particular attribute when a particular attribute changes, so say for example, whenever the department is changed, change their group membership. So you can define all such rules under user modification templates. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for your participation and your patience. Um, we will be having the next session which will be held in next week, Tuesday at the same time. So we will be focusing on Active Directory delegation and workflow. So when I say delegation, we will be seeing you how you can delegate certain tasks for your IT technician or your network administrator. And also we will be seeing how you can set a standardized structure for your organization. How do I follow a request, approval, and execution pattern in my organization? So we will be seeing all that in next week. So I expect your participation in next week. So till then, have a good day. Thank you so much.